I waited for him to be ready, and now I'm 40 and single, said one of my clients. And here's the thing, guys, getting ready for your true love means you gotta know that the one who's not working out is just never gonna be ready. And I know that's a really hard thing to hear because so much of us wanna fight for love and hold on and hope. But honestly, with the right one, your highest potential of love, all that isn't necessary. So, hey guys, I'm Kaya Garcia, relationship expert. For the past 20 years, I've helped countless people attract their highest potential of love by truly getting to know themselves, love themselves, which means letting go of a lot of relationships so that you can truly attract and accept and hold on to and sustain your epic love. That is truly what you deserve. So you might be feeling time pressured, right? Like there's so much pressure to get married. There's so much pressure to have babies, get married, get it to work out, let it be the one, finally be settled. And you might be feeling like maybe you're one of the last people of your friends to get married. Maybe it's just not in the cards for you. Maybe that, you did something too wrong, that it's not going to happen. Maybe it's just not right for you. But here's the thing, we are all humans. And most importantly, we're all souls. So you actually do have a soulmate. I very much am a believer in God. And I'm very much a believer in actually knowing that if you follow your soul, great things happen. So you have to think this isn't just about finding the one. This is about finding yourself and just remembering that the one that's right for you will come to you once you actually get a little bit more clear that your worth is maybe a lot higher than you originally thought. So much of the time we accept men or relationships that or women that really aren't up to our level of worth, but we're too scared to leave them or we're too scared to be alone. But making decisions from a place of fear is never the way to get to your highest potential of life and in love. So, here's a story about me, about how I waited for someone who never actually got ready. So, hey guys, like I said, I'm Kaya, and my name means life, and I'm here to help you live your life better. So, I used to date this really nice guy who was also an addict, spiritual, sweet, totally affectionate, very intelligent, kind, and just a lovely man. However, on the other side of the lovely man was also active addiction. Active addiction looks like a lot of inconsistency, a lot of lack of emotional availability, a lack of predictability, and kind of a gut feeling like you're never really sure what's about to go down and what's about to go wrong. So, a lot of the times, I just wanted to look at all the good stuff. I'm like, well, he's sweet and he's nice and he's this and he's that. And I just didn't want to look at this small but very pervasive and sick part of the relationship, that he was also addicted to substances. That meant a lot of the times I was emotionally uncomfortable because I didn't know what his behavior was going to be like. And I waited and I hoped and I waited and I hoped and I waited and I hoped. And then I also thought, if I can just love him so much, maybe he won't be in so much pain that he needs to use the drugs. Like if I just love up on him, right? If I just do love for him, give him some extra food, give him some inspiration, be nurturing, do these things that he needs, like maybe he won't be in so much pain and therefore he'll stop doing the drugs. And then our whole relationship could just work out because I really love him and I don't want to lose him and I don't want to let him go. And I don't really want anyone else. So I would say to myself, but the truth is, I was just so addicted, y'all. Like, I was so addicted to making shit work out, to pushing shit into reality that just wasn't right for me. I was so addicted to hope for other people to change that I lost all hope for myself to change. And the truth is, guys, like, this is your moment. This is your opportunity to say, I'm fucking done with delusion. Everybody say it with me. I'm effing done with delusion. All right. I know it's a little weird, but say it with me. I am done with delusion. Okay. Delusion means that you have control over somebody else changing. Delusion means that you have power over somebody else's um actions, over somebody else's belief systems, over somebody else's behaviors. Like I said, like actually you and I, we cannot change anybody else. And I know we want to change other people because we're so caring and we love up on people and we're so kind and we're so empathetic and we really love up on everyone and we just feel the best. We want everybody to be happy. But the truth is, we're not happy so much because we love up on so many other people that we lost ourselves in the process. And let me tell you, I feel you. I used to be a quacky, crazy, very successful, delusional woman. And I had the straight A's and owned a house and I owned a car and I had a good job and I had the money and I was working out and I looked good. I was so twisted, y'all. Because if you're waiting for him to change, you're just waiting for somebody to slap you to become sane. There's a gut part of you that knows it's not changing. But there's the fear part of you that's so disconnected to your spiritual higher self that says, "But if I can make him change, man, would that feel like a win. If I can earn his love and make him love me, man, that would feel like such a win." I think I would be a success story, and I would prove everyone wrong, and unconsciously, if I can have him love me and finally choose me and for this to work out, like, not only would I not be a failure, but I won't feel like I wasted so much of my time. But sometimes you gotta let the wasted time just be that, a learning opportunity and wasted time, and not waste more time. See, I waited and I waited and I waited, and one day, I go to the mechanic who's my best friend, Zev. Zev's a recovering, heroin addict, and, I go, "Hey, so I think at some point he'll stop doing the drugs." And he said, "My mama said that." And, she waited, never happened, and then she got married, and it didn't happen, then she had some kids, and it didn't happen, and then she had more kids, and it didn't happen, and you know what? She's pretty old right now, and she's still waiting. And at that point, I'd been waiting years. And I'm like, but any day now, right? He's gonna go to therapy. He's gonna go to the AA meeting. I'm going to Al-Anon like any day now. Like shit is gonna change because I love him and he loves me, and we're like good for each other, and we like the same stuff, and we feel safe in each other's arms. Like this is where it's at, right? Comfort, safety, yes. But he told me like, so a lot of people waited and it never changed. What makes you think you're so special? And I'm like, but I am special. I don't think you understand, Zev, like, we're special. Like, me and this guy, we got something going on that, like, other people don't have. Like, this type of connection and chemistry, it doesn't come very often, Zev. Like, you don't understand, like, I love him. He's like, "Yeah, that's great, but he's still not gonna change. So are you gonna accept him as the addict that he is, which means you'll never have the life that you want, or are you gonna face reality?" I was like, "But no, like, you don't understand. Like, I already invested so much time, and I love him so much. Like, this has to work out." And he was like, "Yeah, my mom said the same thing." I know a lot of women who've said the same thing. They're still waiting. And it was like a really big wake up call. I'm like, wait, I know I think I'm so special and I am. I know I think I'm so unique and I am. I know that like our relationship is so special and it is, but maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe if all these other great women also thought that they can change their man or time would create change and it never worked for them, why do I think that I'm so different from all of the other patterns of life? And I have these books right here. Let's see if I can find a good one. I think all the other good ones are in the other room. But this one, It Ends With Us, apparently is a famous book and movie now. It's like, actually, there's millions of people who are just like me, sweet, intelligent, empathetic, caring, loving, hopeful, successful, wanting things to work out, doing everything we could to make it work, and also didn't never got the love they deserved. And I had to really realize that, like, just because I think I'm unique, I'm not unique in the patterns of behavior. Just because I think I'm so special or we're so special, I'm not so special in the patterns of what God created between addictive love and epic love. And if I really wanted epic love, I had to get really straight with what I was addicted to. And I was definitely addicted to the relationship. I was definitely addicted to hope for somebody else to change. And I was definitely delusional that if I loved up on him so much, he would be so appreciative that he would then stop the drugs and choose me. I really believed he would choose me over the drugs because that was the ultimatum, right? Choose me or the drugs. And he was like, "Of course, babe, I choose you." But I always knew he was lying, but I couldn't handle the truth of the lie because I wasn't ready to let him go. I couldn't handle being alone. I was too scared of abandonment. I was too scared of being alone, that I needed to believe his lies because I didn't have the emotional capacity to hold me, to love me, to take care of me. So I needed him to take care of me also. Otherwise, I felt like I would just fall apart. If you are waiting for someone to change, he's not going to change. He's not. Maybe he'll change in 5 years, in 10 years, but he probably won't change. I was literally just on a podcast with a woman, God bless her. And I'm not going to say her name, even though I totally want to like publicize her podcast because she told me this after the podcast call in private. And she was basically saying how she hoped and prayed that her husband would change. He had a porn addiction and maybe an alcohol addiction as well, and didn't really do very much except for those things and was totally unavailable. And she would provide, and she would work and she would take care of the house and she would take care of the kids. And she waited for him to change. And long story short, her kids became very suicidal and depressed as they became teenagers because the toxicity of the disease stayed in her home. He never changed. She eventually left the marriage. She said to him, "Don't worry, I'll cover the kids. I was, anyways, always the provider. Like, you don't even have to pay me child support. Go do what you want to do. Go live out your dreams that you always told me you want to do and just try to be the best you. I love you. And like, I release you." And this man, even though he had the financial and the potential and this time and space now to go do whatever he wanted to do instead of being in the marriage and with the kids, ended up in his parents' basement. And 10 years later, after the divorce, even though he's a grown man now, maybe in his 50s, he's still living in his parents' basement. Which is funny because the boy that I'm talking about, when I was dating him, was living in his parents' basement. There's something about this like parental enmeshment that we create addicts, which is why I'm so hard on my kids in a good way. But parental enmeshment means you feel sad, that's okay. Like, what do you need? I'll make it better. Or you do something wrong, that's okay. I understand that you did this thing that was so wrong. And because I understand it, I'm going to allow it. And my kids, I'm like, no, 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 like consequences, lots of consequences, because life is full of cause and effect. And so, something with addicts, they like lose that in their parental growing upness. I wanted to say distribution, but it's not. It's like parental raising. It's like they don't understand through their parents that they have power and autonomy to create whatever their life is and create like a ripple effect because their parents were always like mushing them and nurturing them and not giving them harsh consequences, understanding their feelings enough to allow negative behavior. But if we can remember that we're in charge of ourselves, right? And we can't change other people, then we can go through pain, a lot of pain. Breakups are freaking painful, tons of pain. But at least we know there's a cap to our pain, right? At least we know that we can have 1 month of shit, right? We break up with the guy who's not going to change, even though we love him tons and wish we can change him, right? Guys, this is dank homemade hot chocolate. So good. And then we understand we're going to feel like shit for a month, cry our brains out, feel like going back. We're going to have to fight our phone. No, I don't want to call him. No, I don't want to text him. No, I don't want to call him. No. Oh, I want to call him so bad. Please. It's going to feel so good just to hear his voice. I just want to hear his voice. Please. Can I just call him to hear his voice? I don't want to see him or date him again. I just want to hear his voice. No, I need to hear my voice. Like, no, I need to hear my voice. And my voice is saying that even if I miss him, I can't call him back because that's going to get me back into a mess and a web that's going to take me months to get over again. So, okay, I'm just going to take care of myself right now. And you cap it. You might do that for a solid month. That urge, the pain of the withdrawal, the pain of losing someone you love, the disconnection of someone you've been so dependent and emotionally reliant on not in your life. It's going to be a hard ass month. But the next month will be a little less hard. And then the next month will be a less hard. And then 6 months in, you're already seeing another cute guy at Starbucks and thinking, maybe he's healthier for me. You couldn't have gotten to that 6 month mark if you just kept going back, right? Like we are addicts. If we can't get through the withdrawal, we'll never get clean. If I couldn't get through that withdrawal, and many times I did not, I would not have been clean. And I wish I can, like, beckon my husband in here and be like, "Honey, ah," and he would just, like, come in and be like, "Look." Or, "Look," 'cause that's where the door is. "Look at my amazing, sweet husband now. He's not an addict. He's sober. He doesn't watch porn. He doesn't do weird shit. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't smoke pot. He doesn't smoke cigarettes. He works hard to make money and provide for us. He's really nice to me. He never pressures me for sex. He takes care of our kids. He helps me do the dishes on the floors. Look." I wanna call him in. His name's Adam. I would have never had the life I have now if I couldn't have gone through the pain because I would have just kept opening up the scab. You get it? And if you just keep puncturing the scab every time it tries to heal, it bleeds again. And if you're always bloody, well, you'll either have a wound that's open or eventually have a scar in that same place that will never go away, but it's there forever. So, guys, I'm going to end this video vlog, loving epic love session for you guys. I'm a relationship expert who helps women who are ready to invest in themselves. I am not here to take your money, but you want to have to invest in you and in your energy. Money is just currency, it's just flow of energy. So, first, you got to want to heal yourself and put your energy in you. And I'm here to help women do that all over the world. And men, if you want, you can do it with me and my husband. This is your opportunity to choose you. I had to choose me. I had to let go of him and choose me. I had to let go of delusions and choose me. I had to find a mentor and choose me. I had to keep showing up and choose me. I don't know what's going on with him. I let him go. But like an addict, he still pops up into my brain all the darn time. Like an alcoholic, every single time, even if they've been clean for 10 years, you show them their favorite drink, they will have some form of physiological trigger and reaction. So do I. But just because he pops up into my brain every now and again, especially because I post a lot to help people heal through the journey that I've been blessed to heal, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is my life. It is a moment. My life is amazing. My life is stable. My life is with sobriety. My life is with spirituality. My life is with predictability. And that is what you should desire. You desire not love, but stability. Instead of saying, "Oh, I feel so safe with him. I feel like he's my person. I feel so connected to him." If you're saying that you feel so safe with him, that you feel so connected with him, that he is your person and you've never felt chemistry like this ever before in your life, I promise, run. And why do I say that when it sounds so against everything you've ever been taught or learned? Because if you're not also saying, "I am inspired by his behavior, I am uplifted by his character, I am calm in his presence and away from him, and he prioritizes me, and he wants me, and he provides for me with love and money and attention, and every energy that he could do, he gives to me with pleasure." If you're not also saying that, girl, you're in trauma bond. I love you. Tell me why you disagree. What do you love? What do you not love? What are you pissed about? What do you think I'm right? What do you think I'm wrong? Let's start a process. I worked on this and studied this for to the past 20 years. I got 2 degrees. I've read thousands of pages of books. I've been in the program for over 10 years. I've heard hundreds of thousands of stories personally, online, in the program, with clients, all combined. I'm not really confused on the power of delusion and truth because I broke through it, but are you? Because don't get me wrong, I wasn't always so clear. What do you think? Do you think if someone's your person, but they don't prioritize you or provide for you, you can work through that? Or do you believe that you're worthy of such a great life, you'll never settle for less? Comment below. Let's go and start this conversation. I love you guys. Peace.